Oh, howdy y'all. Welcome to MTV Cribs. This is my crib. Come on in, dude. So, yeah, we're gonna do a little house tour. So we'll start over here. This is our pantry and like our shed storage, and like we've got like food over in the cabinets over there. Well, this is a bedroom. The bed, I mean, it's a pretty great bed. I love this bed. Nice IKEA frame with drawers underneath. And so we'll come out of the bedroom. We can go, this is my office. It's where all the magic happens. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that area. And this is my other office. This is where I do all the writing and planning. And this is the living room. It's pretty good living room. Oh, our closet. We have a walk-in closet. Look at this. So we have a walk-in closet. So this is our Pokemon dedication. Trying to we want a Diamond and Pearl remake, so we're trying to dedicate, but we'll see how that goes. But anyway, so we come out of the living room, and here's our kitchen. So we have a microwave, of course, a fridge. It's filled with like, you don't want to see, but and then we've got a bathroom. I'm not going to show the bathroom because that's private, and there's someone in there, but that's the bathroom. We don't really use the bathroom with no light on, but yeah, so that's the crib. And we probably can hold about 7 people in here without a fire hazard. So if maybe 5, well, there's 1, 2, 3. So like we'll have like 2-3 more people in here comfortably. And so that's the tour. Hope you had fun. I know it was really long and you're probably really exhausted, but thanks for coming along, and I get out. So, you guys have already seen the old place. You know kind of what we were working with. I didn't try to like show it off too much to like make it like, oh, we live in such a terrible place. But we had like no space, and like the beginning of this video was kind of just like a joke to like show like when we were saying we had no space, we literally had no space. But we have space now. We are in the new apartment. It has been about 3 weeks. I've missed all of you lovely people. So let's do a video. So we are currently in the place, but you don't get to see any of it yet because you're gonna sit through a fun little story of how we got here. So during about the beginning of the tail end of June, we started like apartment hunting like crazy. We were like, we need to find something in the next month or two. The lease ends in August. We kind of wanted to try to move out in July because they had a roommate that they had planned to move in. So obviously we can't be living in the same space. So we thought it would be a great idea when it's Las Vegas summer. We thought it would be a wonderful idea to go check out the place. Because they told us to like wait until the beginning of July to like ask. So instead of calling them, we were like, let's just go there so we can see the place and see if it's somewhere we'd really want to go. So it's about like July, it was July 2nd because it was a Monday. And we show up to the first place that we had picked. We were like, this is our place we want. We get there, we go in and we're like, so what's your availability look like? And they're like, we have no availability until at least the end of August. So we're like, okay. And didn't even take a card and just left. So while we're walking around, we literally walked like a 15-mile radius of the area that we wanted to live in. Walked to another place. They had no availability. So we're like Google Mapsing like places around us as we're going to places. We found like another place that was like assisted income like government place or whatever. It was really funny because we were like, oh my god, this place is really cool. And then like they hand us this like 25-page packet that's like all the things that like you have to, and like we were like, oh, so this is obviously not going to be a place that we're going to live at because this is government assistance and we don't exactly qualify for it, but like I would rather someone who actually needs it live there. So we're walking, we're dying, it's so hot, it's like 110, it's also monsoon season, so it's so humid, and we Las Vegasians do not know humidity. So having humidity on top of heat, it's just death. Like, I'm dying right now because our air conditioner is too loud to have on while we're doing this. Because I love you guys, and I want you guys to have a good voice quality. So, we're at the end of our rope. We're like, we've been out for like 3 hours. We're exhausted. Here's a place up here. Let's just go to this place. Walk in. This place is gorgeous. Like, we're walking up and I'm just like, they probably don't have anything. This place is literally gorgeous. And we were like, okay, this is the one. So we get there and they're like, yeah, we have 2 renovated units and 1 not renovated unit, and they're available now, but we do have people that are wanting them. So you need to basically like jump on it if you want it. So we're like, okay, yeah, we want to do that. But there's one problem. We're leaseholders. You can't sign on into another lease. So we had to figure out how to get our names off of our old lease without going homeless to get onto the new lease. So there was a lot of working between the 2 leasing offices with like, okay, so can they move? Well, we're waiting on the income information of the roommate they have moving in. Is their application accepted yet? They got to do the background check. So because of like all of that, like trying to get that all settled, the place that we're at right now, it takes literally a week for a background check to run. And we had that start to run, like it was supposed to come back the day we were supposed to move in. Like, that's how down to the wire everything was. Like, everything literally happened in a week. We had to, like, get the renter's insurance moved, like, all our utilities moved, like, dates set up for, like, installing things. Like, everything happened in the span of a week. And it was, like, moving everything, getting in the U-Haul. Like, this was the most, like, jam-packed, stressful week that we have ever had in our lives. We get through it. Come Monday, our moving day. So we were waiting to hear back on like how much our security deposit was going to be. So the first thing that we had to do that day was get a security deposit, or get the money order for like the prorated amount of our rent and like all that fun stuff to finalize the money that we owe to be able to stay here. Like, we already put the money down. Like, Augur had literally, like, the day before one of his days of work, like, had bussed over here and like waited outside the door and was like waiting until they opened to like do the security deposit. Like, that's like how serious we were about trying to get this place. There were people literally driving up in their cars to come get this place, like, after him, and he's just like we got the place. But anyway, so we're like, okay, so we just need to get that money order. So the first place we walk to, their systems are down. So we're like, okay, there's like one right on the, like, a light up. So we go there. They're not open till 9. Well, we have to pick up our U-Haul at 10 p.m. So we're like, oh, we should have plenty of time. We just have to finish up a little things before the U-Haul and stuff like that. I had met a friend very recently, and who is a furry, who had helped us, and he was going to be our driver. So we tell him, like, hey, pick us up at like 9:20 or something like that. Well, 9 o'clock comes around and they still haven't opened up the like money service area in this grocery store we're in, and we're just kind of like, oh, we need to get this, it's already past 9, we have to go get this moving truck at 10. So we're standing there and there's 2 people in front of us. We had only thought there were 1 person because the second person had a cart full of chicken he wanted to return because he found a cheaper price at Walmart. This dude had literally 19 packages of chicken that he wanted to return. And then there was another lady behind him that wanted to do a money order. So he doesn't have his, because we went to Smith's, he doesn't have his Smith's card or the card associated to the account. He doesn't even have the same amount of chicken or the type of chicken. And he's like calling his girlfriend like while trying to return this, like, hey, what's your number? Which, like, you're calling her, why don't you have the number? We think he stole it because he's like trying to find out the number that they were using for the account. If it's your girlfriend's number and you're calling your girlfriend, you have the number, you're calling it. So he's trying to figure that all out, and he steps aside and he's like, let me just figure it out. So he steps aside so they help the next lady and do her money order. She like had some issues and it took a little bit longer than like a normal money order should be, like 5 seconds. And she leaves, so by the time she's done, instead of taking us, they take the chicken guy again. So then the chicken guy comes back up and they're like trying to scan everything, and he's just standing there like on his phone the entire time and just scrolling through Instagram. Like, I literally saw it was Instagram because I was trying to breathe down this guy's neck because I wanted him to feel the hatred of the line that is now out to the grocery store of people waiting. It is now 9:20. Our U-Haul driver, my friend Shade, just came to the Smiths because he's like, oh my god, what's going on? Like, I went to the apartment and I'm not getting any responses from you guys. So he's standing there. It's 9:20. And they finally get all of the chickens scanned in. And so she's like looking at the receipt and she's like, so you only have 19 out of the 21 packages. What do you, like, where's the rest of it? And he's like, it's fine, just return what's there. And like, she was trying to explain to him, like, they have to have the member's card to do it because they bought it at like, you know, like when you have a savings card at a grocery store and they give you like a discounted price, they're not going to give you the full price back. They're going to give you the discounted price back. And like, she's trying to explain this to him, and then he finally just magically has a number. So he gives her the number. She's scanning all this stuff by herself, like pulling it out of the cart and scanning it by herself while he's just standing there. And everyone's just like up to here with this guy. And I finally, like, I'm not the kind of person, like, I try to be very nice. I try to be super nice, tip, super patient. I work in the service industry. I know how it is. But at this point, it is 9:30. I have 30 minutes to go pick up my U-Haul. And we still haven't even got the money order yet. So I was like, can we open another line? So the manager comes over to see what's going on. And she's like trying to override because of the whole number issue. She's trying to override it. Took it three times, because the system crashed once, so they had to re-ring it in again. It's 9:45, and I look at the manager and I was like, I don't mean to be that person, but I need a money order right now. Like, right now. I have to go pick up my U-Haul in 15 minutes. And it's not a 15-minute drive. So she opens up the line for me, and then her money order machine at the register she picks is broken. So we have to do the whole process again at another register. At this point, Augur had already left and ran back to the apartment to get the place ready, while Shade is like ready to like run out the door to get to his car. And so we finally get it. Like I said, it's like it took like 3 minutes. So then we're like running to the car. We're like speeding, which I know is terrible. We get to this place, and the lady that like it does the rentals was like not there. She was just gone. So like it's like 10:10 when we get there, and we're just kind of like waiting around, and then she walks over from like another building that like they're associated with. So like it wasn't like an actual U-Haul company, like it was like affiliated with U-Haul. And so she's like, oh, hi guys, you had a 10 a.m. rental, right? Sorry I'm late. And we're like, sorry, we're really late, but yeah, we were here on time. We've been waiting 10 minutes. So we get that all situated, get the U-Haul, drive back, and start packing this bitch up, and only to find out we had thought that we would be able to fit everything in one go, but we could not. So we were like, okay, we just need to go with what we have. We have this rental for 4 hours. 4 hours. I need 4 paws. We have this rental for 4 hours. So we go to the place to do our leasing onboarding. Everything's going cool. We do the money. We're doing everything. And she goes, okay, everything's cool, but your renter's insurance, we don't have the paperwork for that. And we're just sitting there like, I did that on the 11th. I know that for a fact. So I tried calling the place, only to find out it's noon and State Farm is at lunch. The office is at lunch. So we literally sit there for an hour to wait until it's 1 o'clock for them to fax over a paper that should have been faxed over like days ago. So we were like trying to like do like what we could in between, waiting for that hour until finally like someone would call me back with the stuff that I need. And so we call them, they send the paper over, they finish our stuff. At this point, it's like after 1 o'clock, and we have to return this U-Haul at 2. And we still have to make one more trip back to get like the rest of our stuff. So at this point, the lady kind of noticed that we were starting to get a little bit antsy, and she's like, so what's the deal? Like, something wrong? And we were like, oh, well, we only have this U-Haul for like an hour left after all of this, and we still have to make one more trip, and it's not exactly like something that we can do in an hour. And so she was like, okay, well, what we'll do is we'll send one of the like maintenance people over while they're like unloading stuff from the U-Haul to make sure that like no damages are being done while I'm doing the damages sheet. So like we literally were splitting it up to where I'm like going through the entire apartment looking for any damages to write it down on the little onboarding paper while they're like unloading stuff. And I'm like literally like standing in the kitchen like, is the window broke in the bedroom? And they're like, no. And like we're just like yelling and like trying to get this done as fast as possible. I run it back up there, give her the paper, she gives us the keys, the rest of the keys, so we can finally like actually get into the place, because we couldn't get the keys until the damages paper was done. Like the maintenance guy had let them in to start unloading stuff. So now I have keys. I run back here, and I was like, okay, we need to go get the rest of the stuff. They had the U-Haul, like I helped a little bit like unloading the rest of it. So we start driving back, and I'm trying to call the U-Haul place at this point to tell them like we're gonna need an extension. Well, she's not answering, and it's like 1:30, and I still haven't gotten any responses, and I'm just like, I don't know what we do. Like we're driving back, like speeding to get back to the apartment to load up the rest of the stuff, and I'm just continuously calling. So finally I was like, maybe if I just call another U-Haul place in the area, like maybe they can get me somewhere, or like add it on, like maybe they're all affiliated or something. I don't know. I've never rented a U-Haul before. So I finally get a hold of someone at 2 o'clock. So our U-Haul's supposed to be back now. I finally get a hold of someone at like a little bit after 2 o'clock, and they like kind of like play phone tag with me. They kind of like move me around to several people. Finally I get to like corporate, and they were like, oh yeah, your account was closed, we reported the U-Haul stolen. So now I am the owner of a stolen U-Haul. And just to make this even better, it's a 2-cab car. We have 3 people in the front of it, and our driver has no license, and we're speeding. And I'm in a stolen U-Haul. I just want that to sink in. We have 3 people illegally in the front of this car. Our driver has no license, and I am reported for a stolen U-Haul. And we're speeding. Thank you for letting that sink in. So I tried to tell the lady, like, well, it's not stolen. I have no intentions of keeping it. I would like to return it. I'm just not done with your service. So they were like, okay, yeah, well, you have to pay a fee for us to take it off of being stolen. Because they're like out looking for it. Like they have like people out looking for it. And so she's like, so you have to pay a fee to stop that. And then you have to pay for the extension. How long do you think you'll need? And our driver just yells 2 hours. She hears it and puts it down. It costs like $60. When we had already like, we budgeted really small, because like, we had applied for a loan before we were to move to like to help, so we could like get stuff to like settle in, and our loan got denied literally like 2 days before, because the lady was stupid who set it up. Like when you live with someone, regardless if you're like domestic partners or married or not, like to my understanding, when you're living with someone, paying rent and bills together, your income is shared. Well, she was putting it under my income, where I work only part-time, making $10 an hour, and it pulls up your government loans, so it has my student loans and rent and our rent amount. So of course I don't qualify for a loan with making what I make. But with my significant other, we would work no issue. Like it's really frustrating. But anyway, so the stolen U-Haul. So we pay to get that fixed. We're like throwing the rest of the shit in this U-Haul. Like, we need to get this bitch back. This is like ridiculous. And then I remember, so it's after 2 o'clock, it's like 2:30, and we're driving back, and it's like 2:45, and I remember I scheduled for our Wi-Fi and our home automation to be installed at 3 o'clock. I am the main account holder, and I have to be here. We have to return this U-Haul at 4 o'clock. I have to be there to return the U-Haul. So we're like, okay, what are we gonna do? So I'm like moving things, like with speaker, like holding the phone like in my shoulder, like moving things from the U-Haul into the apartment, like trying to call, like, hey, can I add my significant other as a account holder? So because I'm not going to be home when the person's there, because since it's home automation, they have to have an account holder. And they're like, yeah, they can add him, but I'm not sure if it'll work. And I was like, great, let's try. So go through all that, add him. We're taking this U-Haul back. We get it there on time. We get it there, like, we had to like fill it up with gas and stuff. We get it there literally like 20 minutes before the end of the time, which is like enough time for like them to do the walkthrough and stuff like that. So it ended up being perfect. But now it's like 4 o'clock and I haven't got a call yet from the guy to come install the stuff. So I'm like, cool, okay, drive back very fast. So we're driving back. And we still had, we were like, well, he hasn't called yet. And normally they like call like 10-15 minutes out. So I buy Shade Taco Bell because I was like, thank you so much. Because I just want you to realize we lived on the 3rd story. Like, it's over 110 degrees out and we live on the 3rd story, bringing all of our stuff into this U-Haul, 2 trips. All of the running around and craziness that we've had. So I just buy him some Taco Bell. He's sitting there. He goes to eat it. And I get the phone call that, hi, I'm about 10 minutes away. Are you home? Are you available for your installation? I'm like, yes, I am. And I look at Shade and I go, thank you. I love you. But I need to go get my home installation. You're free to sit in our parking spot and eat your Taco Bell. But I must leave. Thank you for everything today. And then I come in to do our home installation. So normally the home installation's only supposed to take about 15 to 30 minutes. Murphy's Law was literally just like, screw you all day, as you can tell. This guy tried to install our camera and has literally met so many issues. Like, he's been working with the company for like 15 years. And he's like, I've never seen this happen with a camera before. Apparently, the router that we self-bought, or the modem, or whatever one of them, wasn't compatible. So, like, he's doing everything in his power. Like, he's calling his own company, like, what do I do? Stuff like that. Like, it took an hour to get this thing done. So it's like, you know how it's like slotted time for like 3 to 5? It's already 5 o'clock when he finally gets the camera installed. And that's like the first step of the home automation. Like, we still have to do the rest of the stuff. The guy was here until like 6. And so then we just kind of like sit here and just like process everything that's happened and just like take a breather because we're just dying. It's about 7 o'clock and we're like, we still need to go to Walmart to like, or some store to get like stuff, like food or like plates and stuff, like, you know what I mean, like just stuff to live here. Like, we started from scratch. We are starting literally from scratch. So we gave ourselves some time to kind of unload and like actually make room, because like this entire area we're going to show you was just filled with all of our stuff. I'm pretty sure I still have pictures. I might post pictures if I have them. If I have them, they'll be in these areas. But yeah, so we go to Walmart. We try to be as cheap as possible because, like I said, our loan was denied and we are like really low on money. And we get an Uber driver because the Walmart's not too far away, but like we had a lot of furniture, and the bus that we have now is like every 30 minutes. So I was like, I really don't want to wait a bus for like all the stuff that we have. Let's just get an Uber. I'm so tired. I just want to get home. I just want to be done with all of this. So we get an Uber. Guy's super cool, like awesome Uber driver. I love the dude. He was so cool. Lots of funny conversations. Was telling us about the area like a tour guide, which that was cool. And so then we get back and we're like, oh, please just leave your trunk open. Like, it will be a couple trips. So we bring it, and you know, it's like one trip. So we were like trying to bring everything in at once, but like obviously we still had stuff left over. And like we're setting it down and we're like giving ourselves a second, like, we have to go get the rest of the stuff. So I literally opened the door, and our Uber driver is there with the rest of our stuff, and he was like, I thought I'd help you guys out because, you know, you're moving. And I just like, I was like, you're an angel. Like, that's what came out. I was like, you're literally an angel. And he just starts laughing, and I was like, no, seriously, like, you're an angel. Thank you so much. Because it was the rest of our stuff. Like, I knew for a fact, like, it was the rest of our stuff. And he, like, sets it in, and he was like, well, welcome to the neighborhood. I just wanted to help out a little bit. And I was like, thank you. Bless you. You were honestly an angel on the end of this day. And so that ended our crazy day. I don't even know if we ate that night. Like, I think we just pretty much just like, because we had to set the bed up still, because like we got an IKEA bed, so like you have to break it all the way down, so we still had to set up the bed, get a walking path. Like, it was just, our moving day sucked, but we're here and we're gonna check out the place. So, story aside, let's check this magnificent place out with a nice little house tour. Let's go. Oh, hi! Fancy seeing you here again. Come on in. Let's show the place off. What are you doing? No, you're supposed to... Hi! Hello, let me show you the place. Is that okay with you? You're gonna focus on me, or are you gonna... Alright. So, hello! Welcome to my humble abode. This is our living room slash bedroom. Get in here, close the door. I don't want weird people coming in, or animals, or bugs. Act like this is the first time you've ever done one of these. Alright, so the bed. Now with ample space to actually get on it. Our TV with like ample space distance to where you're not like breaking your neck to look at it. So we're gonna move on over. So here is the soon to be crafting slash man cave, if you will, of Augur. So his lovely setup, and my little corner, my cleaning supplies, because hardwood is a lot to keep up with. So if you're ever gonna get hardwood, just know that you need to dust mop every day, and maybe depending on what kind of it, like if you're having like company come in and stuff, like you have more people coming in more often, you need to dust mop once a day and wet mop like at least once a week to up to 2 weeks. So just know if you're getting hardwood, do your research, because it was a nightmare the first week because I almost ruined our hardwood. But anyway, let's continue on. So we're gonna go over here. Here's our nice little trash can. I think it builds character. I love it. Here's my lovely, upgraded, new kitchen. I can actually cook again, past the microwave food. You know what? I have 2 of these now, just because I think it's hilarious, because of our last place. But anyway, but look at these nice... It was funny because when she was bringing us in, she couldn't spell espresso, so she was just like, chocolate covered cabinets. So these are our chocolate covered cabinets. Nice little cabinets. We're getting a new fridge. I don't know when. We've been here for like 2 weeks, but it will have an ice maker. So don't get used to this fridge because it should be gone soon. But look at my range oven. Like, it's gorgeous. I love it. And then my favorite little part, you want to come here? All of the tea that I own finally has a nice little home that's not a cardboard box shoved in the corner. Alright, so that's enough of that though. Let's keep going. So, we're gonna check out the bathroom next. We got this little hallway. Oh yeah, here's that camera that I was talking about. If they like watch Like if like someone's like stationed to watch these cameras, they're probably like, what the are they doing? Alright, anyway, let's keep going. That's our nice little camera that tells us when people enter, when we want them to. Here's our washer and dryer. They're kind of old-fashioned. I think we're supposed to get new ones, but I don't know. They work good though. So that's where like all that stuff goes. I'm just gonna leave the doors like that. Here's our really, really loud AC that it, like, just listen to this. It's really loud. That's why I have it off. I turned on the heat, so that's probably not a good thing. There we go. Alright, so the bathroom. If I can get the door handle. We have new paint, so our doors sound like we're breaking in. Our neighbors are probably like freaking out. But let me slide on in here. Look at this mirror. This alone, like, I have space. Like, I actually have space to put my hair dryer, not on top of my mini fridge where I'm like drying my hair in the bathroom space, like in the doorway of the bathroom. Like, here's our nice little shower. We have actual cabinets to put our towels in. These cabinets for, I don't even know. We have so many cabinets, I don't even know what to do with them all. Like, toilet paper and stuff go down there, and like we've got other stuff down there. I'm gonna get bath bombs because I actually have a bathtub. So that's the bathroom. I'm gonna like shimmy out of here. Hallways aren't very friendly. And then the centerpiece, the piece yeah, that's saying. The studio, as I like to, oh wait, where's the, okay. The studio. It's really easy to get into. So, this is the studio. Look at all of this room. I'm not stuffed in a little corner anymore. I've got plenty of space to showcase my badges. That's up to date, all -1. My computer area, obviously, a lot less cluttered because we have more space now, so I went a little more, as you know, the whole ghost cat thing, so like the Ouija board, we thought it was funny. Godzilla's there. My Pokemon stand. I kind of have my props in the corner there, hiding a bunch of cables. This area is going to be like my perler / drawing area until I get another desk. That's why it kind of looks not so great, but we've got him at least. And that's just more stuff. There's all my cookbooks. I got my cute little trash can that says "Take Me Out." It's probably one of my favorite things in the entire place, honestly, is this little trash can. Makes me laugh. Paper shredder, my laminator, printer, the new Beanie Boo home. They have their own home. And below, just my Hatchimals, and then like other various things. My dual disc. I want to mount it, but I'm not too sure how to do that just yet. And then like all of my books, my Silent Hill collection, all the way up to the first game. My like Wiccan Witch stuff, I guess, which I thought it was really funny to put the Millennium Ring, which, if you know Yu-Gi-Oh, I thought it'd be kind of funny because whatever. But my candles, my very mass collection of wax for this burner. I stole the mini fridge, so I always have drinks. And I'm gonna do some fun stuff with this microwave. Just know that, because it's extra. And then I'm stepping on the cord. All right. This door doesn't even close because it's so like tight, but a walk-in closet. I actually want to see if I can fit in here. Oh, I'm stepping on my tail. That hurts a little bit. Alright, so that's the place. It's been nice having you, but get out. See you next week. Wait. Before you go. Tunny is selling props like this guy. So if you want your own gummy shark, these things are amazing. This is probably my favorite prop because not only it's cute, it's also like a stuffed animal and it doubles as a weapon. So if you want one of those, he's selling those. He's also selling his old peach rings and some backpacks, some stickers, some all kinds of cool stuff. So go check out his Etsy. And here's a Twitter moment that he made with other stuff that he's selling. He's also selling art. So if you want to get some of his delightful art, you can get some of that. So hit up Tunny. Tunny, I would not be here without Tunny. So just a little shout out to Tunny. Thank you, Tunny, for making this and this glorious prop possible. And you should get one of your own because they're very delightful. Thank you very much. Now you can leave. Get out of my house. Leave.